Okay, here's what I'm going to say with this game. It's must win, but more importantly, it cannot lose. If we can get a draw, I feel like that gives us a bit of momentum. It doesn't really do much in terms of the table. We can't check it out now. I don't think it does much in... Oh my God, Illich! This guy is meant to be a wonder kid, and he's just not at any point looked like a wonder kid. How's it going, everyone? My name is Stu. Welcome to my Deportivo La Coruña save here on FM24. Thanks for joining me in today's video, which is part number 35. If you've not watched any of this save up to this point, don't worry. I'm going to pop a little playlist up there so you can give it a watch. Please do, because it's a really, really good save. I promise. In today's video, we've got the small task of Bayern Munich in the Champions League. In a game that really, it feels a bit silly to say against Bayern Munich, we can't really afford to lose. We're gonna, but we can't afford to lose it. And then we're going to be playing Alaves in the league to hopefully cheer me up. And if you're excited to see how we get on in both of those games, don't forget, just leave a big like on the video for me. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Neither cost anything at all. They'll put a big smile on this face right here. What's not to love? This game... If you played Football Manager, you probably know this feeling when you've had such a good run of it and then it all just starts to go a little bit wrong. And in reality, it's not actually going as badly as you think, but you feel like everything's against you. What do I mean by that? Well, that's the current schedule. You can see, I mean, the last time you were with us was the Paris Saint-Germain game. And I said there, it's not been particularly great recently, although it does look better than it's felt. But since then, we've only won twice. That's worrying. We've won twice in 7 games. We beat Cadiz 2-0. We couldn't get anything but a draw against Osasuna. We lost against Benfica in the Champions League. Again, in a game we really needed to win. Don't know why I'm holding on to this. We then somehow beat Real Madrid 2-1 with a 92nd minute winner. We then got beat by Juventus 2-1. That was really, really horrible. And then Villarreal, we managed to get a clean sheet, which is great because our defence has been the problem recently more than anything. But we also couldn't put a goal past them. It's been at the point where I've been debating changing the tactic, but I don't think with the players we've got, it's not going to work because the players we've got perfectly fit a 4-3-3. So I don't think that's going to work. But we need to get something going. We desperately need to get something going. I think this break here can't come soon enough. But we don't really have anything we can do. I mean, transfer budget-wise, look at the money we don't have. The board gave us extra transfer budget, and I got really excited. That's what they gave me. There is a real chance, if we continue how we're doing at the moment, if we just focus on the league for a second, there's a chance we don't qualify for the Champions League, because it is all very tight. Having said that, we are only 6 points off the top. We've only lost once in the league. It's just the Champions League where everything's been going horribly wrong. We are currently outside of the playoff places. The moment we're just going out of it at the group stage, which will be incredibly disappointing. I mean, club vision-wise, we're expected to be competitive. We're pleasing the board with that. I'm assuming that's just because we're in the group stage, but it's very disappointing. I mean, we've won 1, we've drawn 1, we've lost 3. I mean, looking back, the Valencia and Villa games are games we needed to have won. The fact that we drew against PSG, and okay, Celtic is one we should have beaten, it's just so difficult to kind of think how we're going to get out of this. Because the teams we've still got to play in this competition, if we have a look, we've got Bayern Munich next, we knew about that. We've got Tottenham and ASTON. Now, I don't think we're going to beat Bayern Munich, especially at their place. I don't think that's going to happen. I've kind of accepted that a little bit. But I am looking at Tottenham and I'm thinking to myself, can we maybe get past them at home? And then this is a team we should be beating. There's no excusing this. There's no excusing this. We should be beating a Kazakhstan team. No offence to them. We should be beating them. But it really has been a struggle. In particular, I'm kind of done with the idea of Yusufa Moukoko at this club. I'll play him if I need to. But his goal output has been woeful. For someone who is meant to be as good as he is, he's just not been doing it for us. His build-up play is non-existent. He's waiting for the ball to come to him. And his finishing hasn't been that good either this season. I mean, he looks like he's been great. 7 in 7. But a lot of those games, you have to bear in mind the substitution appearances as well. I mean, he's been missing in the entire month of November. But then Hlajek has also dropped off as well. Furic hasn't really been stepping up recently. I mean, if I show you this screen, you'll see it's not been great. I mean, Hlajek is leading the line today after taking an injection. Because that's how much I don't trust Yusuf and Moukoko at the moment. Because he's just not good. Although it is Dortmund's rivals. And he is a Dortmund player. So maybe I do that. We've also fallen out with Jota. Because he wants more game time. He's getting it today. But I think I'm just going to sell him. If Al Nassr want to come in and pay his release clause, that'd be great. If they only want to pay 30 million, I'll be happy with that, to be honest with you. 30 million is a revolutionary amount of money for this club. I'm not going to start him as a result of that. We're going to put Firmino in, who had a terrible game last time out against Villarreal. It's just been a slog in this 5th season. But I think this is the kind of slog that we've needed. Now, David De Gea has been so poor recently, to the point where priority numbers 1 and 2 next season are striker and goalkeeper. As good as De Gea was last year, he's been poor in this season. Now, granted, look at this little run here where he kept 3 clean sheets, but then he does keep conceding goals. And it's just these poor ratings that show up every now and then. Actually, looking at this makes me feel a bit better. He's not been quite as bad as I thought. But our defence hasn't been helping him either. Okoli and Vandenberg have been a really good defence for us. They have not been that good this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm actually going to do what I said I wasn't going to do, which is I'm going to start Moukoko and give him a chance here. Because we just need to show a bit of faith in him, I think. I've talked myself round to that. I've been fiddling with some of these instructions as well. Just to maybe try and, I don't know, take a bit of pressure off and try and just let him play. And let all of the players really play how they want to play. Rather than trying to micromanage them too much. I mean, look how much he's on Stoikers. But Stoikers has been relatively consistent, to be fair. I'm going to get rid of that one, even though he's a Mazzala. I shouldn't really be able to get rid of that one, to be fair. I think we'll get rid of that as well. It's just been very, very frustrating. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. This is the 11 we're going to be using and taking to Bayern Munich in the Champions League, where we need to win, which we're not going to do. It's De Gea in goal, Trulli, Okoli, Vandenberg and Illich in defence, Gomez, Stoikers and Veloso in the middle with Furic and Firmino supporting Moukoko up front. I'm aware there was a thing up in front there. Apologies for that. Stoikers is not completely fully fit, and also Veloso's just come back from an injury. It is what it is. We've got a couple of knocks as well, but again, we can only do what we can do at the moment. We just have to hope for the best. You can see there's 2 places on the bench we don't have filled. Kasper Dolberg's back from his injury. He did have a knock. I don't know whether you saw that last time. I think you might have done. And if we can get him in the team, he could be... He's someone who can get goals. So I'm not against the idea of him becoming our main striker. Now, I mentioned formations before. A 4-2-3-1 would be the formation I'd want to move to. But we don't have the personnel for it. We don't have enough defensive-minded midfielders who, look at how quickly they're just swarming forwards. Oh, they are on just an absolute other level. That is 1-0, yeah. 1-0, Musiala. I mean, we might get lucky here. The flag was up. We actually might get lucky here. We get lucky. It's disallowed. Okay, here's what I'm going to say with this game. It's must win, but more importantly, it cannot lose. If we can get a draw, I feel like that gives us a bit of momentum. It doesn't really do much in terms of the table. I mean, we can't check it out now. I don't think it does much in... Oh my God, Illich! This guy is meant to be a wonder kid, and he's just not at any point looked like a wonder kid. It's a dead free kick, and he just gives the ball away. It's atrocious. It really is. And now Moukoko's giving the ball away as well. Probably not helped out by the pass to him, but still, he didn't really fight that well for it. But we've managed to get away with possession. I've been getting really frustrated with this game. But not even with the game. The game's doing its job. I'm getting frustrated with the team we put together. But I feel like this team has been on... since we took over, and since we got that first promotion, it's been on a wave consistently. Getting promoted, then promoted again, then getting a Champions League spot, then getting a Champions League spot again and winning a trophy. And I feel like we're finally at the kind of the bottom of that wave. Finally, they've got a goal, and it's 1-0. It's 6 minutes into the game. This is what it has been like being the manager of this football club. Early drama, early goal for the other team, and then we have to fight from behind. And against smaller teams, we have the quality to try and fight from behind. We don't have it. I mean, again, a point here. It just keeps in contention for the playoff places. But our attack... And again, it's just weird things like our set pieces... Our set pieces, our positioning in set pieces hasn't really changed, and maybe we need to freshen it up a little bit. But the set pieces just don't seem to be working in terms of if it doesn't work in what we're trying to do, when it kind of the ball comes out, almost comes out of the ruck, if you think of it in rugby terms. It's always coming out in a favourable position. I'm not even going to dignify this with a response because I've seen the flag already and I saw how offside he was. Makoko doing Makoko things. Every time it feels like it's exactly in a position where they have a player and we don't. There seems to be a look of the draw of it where our players just don't have good set piece positioning. I'm really frustrated with the game at the moment and this save. What it basically boils down to is we're hitting the wall of where our team is. We know what our upper level of this squad that we have at the moment is, and it's Champions League spots. And we can beat a good team on our day, but they also have to kind of not be on their day as well. We have the ability to do that, but we also have the ability to be bang average. Because actually, if you look at the squad, how many players do we have who are world class? We don't. We actually don't have any who are world class. Oh, you see, that hurts. Thuram hurts because of the Newcastle rebuild. And Veloso's injured again. He's just come back from injury. It's been disallowed. Okay, fine. Right, I'm going to fire the boys up. We need something. We just need to start getting things going. We've not even had a chance here. I mean, this is a huge level up from what I would say Bayern Munich are probably a better team than every team in Spain other than Real Madrid. Now, granted, we beat Real Madrid the last time we played them, but they are a better team even than Barcelona. And I'd say they would rival Real Madrid, possibly even be better than them. This is an absolute slog at the moment. It's nice when you're winning everything, but you have to go through a period like this. And we've been really lucky in this save that we haven't had this. But now we've got it, we've really got to try and work out what to do. Because we're at a club with no money. That's the issue. The transfer budget, you know, if it's 20 million, it's a bonus. Mokoko's going for the free kick here. Why? He's not one of our set piece takers. Well, I mean, that's about as bad as it could have been, really. I mean, the rating of Chris Furyk is getting close to the point where I will actively look to sell him. Because he's actually been that underwhelming. But then I feel a bit unfair to him because actually, is that just because he had one really good season? I'm probably being really unfair to him on that. So I am going to take him off though. And I'm going to take him off for... I don't want to bring Jota on because I've fallen out with him. I'm going to bring him on for Dolberg, and we'll make Dolberg an inside forward, which I need to set up actually. Because he has done well from that position when needed. Veloso's going to have to come off for Navarro. Navarro's done okay recently, but he shouldn't be starting games. Miranda's going to have to come on. And that's 3 changes already, and we don't have that many other ones left to change anything in the second half. But we're going to have to go with that. We're going to have to go with that. I've been fiddling with this as well, and I don't think this has helped because we just keep changing things. And I don't necessarily think we're doing the team any favours by fiddling with them. But it does feel like we have to do and change something, and we're just not doing it effectively. I mean, we'll go with that, and then I'm just going to try and encourage everyone else as best as we can, and we'll try and fire the boys up. It's still only 1-0. They're really unfortunate to have had 2 goals disallowed, but we need to start fighting back in this second half. A draw is huge for us. It just keeps us in the conversation, but I feel like a loss here, and then we've still got one really difficult game in Spurs, and then the other game becomes a bit of a dead rubber, and it almost doesn't matter at that point. It's all about trying to make those playoff places. Oh, I thought Delitton would make a mistake there. We're just not... It feels like the team just don't want it as much as they have previously. It feels like they've almost settled a bit too much, and it's like, no, we need to be pushing on. We need to keep doing what we were doing, because if we keep the same pace up that we were keeping before, we're going to get something even better than what we've already got. Harry Kane scored. Oh... It's not going to be offside. The flag's not up. Oh. I am really not... I'm not going to say I'm not enjoying this save. I'm enjoying it on reflection because this is a challenge now. Because we've now got to try and get this team to Bayern Munich's level with no money. And we need to try and work out how to do that. And I know the way to do that is going to be to sell players. but then reinvest that money properly. And I think the things we need to do is we need to be looking at Furic and Jota. They're the two of the more valuable players we've got. They're getting on a bit. We need to maybe be getting rid of them and moving them out. Trilly's had the worst game of his career, by the way. He's coming off I'll bring Herculano on. He's been complaining about not playing, and Firmino's been poor as well. I'm gonna have to bring on Jota. Say that one. I'm not gonna lie to them. I don't think you can do anything. But we've improved in the second half, but still that match momentum and that XG match story are hard to look at when you bear in mind how good we have been. I mean, our Champions League campaign last season was sensational in terms of the group stage. This year, I mean, we've had a rough run of it, but that was poor. That performance in general just looked really poor. And again, we just give possession away sloppily. We're trying to train to stop us doing that. We're trying to train everything to try and pass the ball around a little bit better. But Moukoko is still on this goal drought. Veloso is out for 2 weeks. And Hlajek out for 3 to 4 days. He'll just be back for that game. But it's poor. It's so poor. And I don't really know how to turn it around. I mean, the heads haven't really dropped, but there's a handful of players. I mean, Ilic isn't happy because he's not been playing. Chili's not happy because he's not been playing. But there's a reason why some of these players haven't been playing. It's because they've not been playing well. It's as simple as that. If you're not playing well, why should you get a point in the team? Bajcetic at the moment is rivaling... Where has he gone? Where has he gone? He's just disappeared. He's just disappeared. Where has he gone? Gomez. And Gomez was our stalwart defensive midfielder. But recently, the last couple of games, he's been really, really poor. Played well against Benfica. I mean, maybe he needs an extended run in the team to get things back together. Maybe we don't just bin him off straight away. But my point being, I'm not happy with how things are going at the moment. I do feel really perplexed as to how we're going to solve it as well, because the only thing I was thinking formationally, if we do change anything, was a 4-4-2 diamonds, and we can fudge it. Moukoko is obviously a striker. Hlajek can play as a striker. We've also got Dolberg, Saul and Boedo can both play as strikers as well. Attacking midfield, Furic can play there, Veloso can play there, Firmino can play there, Navarro and Stoikers can both play there. And then the rest of the team is the same as it was. The only problem with this is Ilic. Ilic is a weird one. The game is pushing him as a defensive wing-back. Look at the crossing. He's quick. I don't understand why he wants him to be defensive, because to me, he's attacking. But we've got no attacking right full-back. Both Trilly and Martinez are both defensive. I mean, Martinez is injured at the moment anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, this is the kind of alternative I was thinking of if we do want to mix things up. We haven't got the personnel for it. We don't have the money to make it work either. And the team is just getting worse and worse at the moment. It's just not playing well at all. We need to find the spark to get this team playing well again, and I don't quite know what it is. I mean, it's just going to be us probably taking the players out of the first team and changing them with the guys on the bench and giving the guys on the bench a run. But again, De Gea, 6.5, poor game. Trilly, that's one of the worst games he's had for us. Furic, again, he's dropped down to 2.5 stars. I don't know if you saw that. He's now dropped down to 2.5 stars. When he was literally the hero of this club. I genuinely don't know what to do. I think maybe with Furic, we mix things up with him a little bit. Maybe we put him back to being a winger. Take a bit of pressure off of him. But, I mean, Firmino, he had a really good run at one point. Like, this period here, he was looking like a superstar. And now he's just fallen off a cliff completely. You can just see in the form of these players how badly it's going for all of them. I mean, Stoikers, he's a little bit better, but still, this run here was good. It was okay here, and then it's, other than 1 or 2 games, it's just fallen off here. I don't really have an answer to any of this either. I mean, this guy can get in the bin. I might try and sell him. I might actually try and sell Ilic. I've just thought maybe £20 million, maybe we just try and cash in on him. He's been so poor that maybe we just try it. I'm going to have a think about, do we try and move players on in January? And do we bring other players in? And maybe try and freshen the team up, because we need to do something. Right, I'm going to go away. I'm going to try and decompress a little bit, and then we'll come back for the Alaves game, and hopefully we can get a victory in this game, and we can try and get the league going a little bit better, because I think Champions League is going to be over very, very soon. Okay, we're back for the game against Alaves. Now, I have committed to putting Casale on the transfer list along with Jota. I am actually going to start Jota in this game, honestly, just for something different. Furic just disappointed me so much recently. We need to do something, so we're doing that. So this is the 11 we're going to be using for this game. It's going to be De Gea in goal, Trilly, Casale, Vandenberg and Miranda in defence. Gomez, Stoikers and Navarro in the middle with Jota and Firmino supporting Makoko up front. Again, Makoko starts because Slojek is still injured. Nyanzu is nearly back. He'll give us another centre-back option. Martinez will be back in a couple of weeks, and Veloso will be back in nearly a couple of weeks as well. Yeah, I mean, this is a game we should be winning. Alaves are 17th. That doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't at the moment. We just need, I think, to get a few points on the board here. Wow, I don't want to do that. We need to be getting points on the board. We need to be getting a result here. And if we don't get a result here, we then need to look at January as a really important moment in the save. I think it is anyway. I think January is going to be a hugely important moment in the save. Oh my God. Why? It's always early goals. These early goals are killing us. And it is early goal after early goal after early goal. Silly free kick that we've given away. That shouldn't be doing anything. And then we've just gone and done that. And now we've got all the work to do. Even if we get a result here, I'm going to be annoyed. Because we shouldn't be. It's just a game, Stu. It is just a game. Oh, but it knows how to grind my gears. Right, well, Firmino's out for however long. I'm just going to bring Furic on. Sod it. We'll just bring Furic on. If he can actually do something tonight, that'd be amazing. Oh, my word. I don't know what it is about this team that just likes to concede early goals. But we just don't start games properly. And I don't really know how to stop it. I don't really know how to stop it. I mean, Alaves are all over us. Okay, fine, Alaves are at home. They're 13th. They were 17th to start the game. We're in the Champions League spots. We should be absolutely destroying them. And instead, we're in this position. Makoko gets a shot on target there, which is nice to see. It's a rarity. And we win a corner. But that's... Man, we shouldn't have to be relying on the fortitude of the comeback, which we have been recently. And Casale just puts it so wide. The momentum is not with us at the moment, and you can really tell. And this is where that momentum kind of thing. Match momentum is going great, but we just don't have the little spark. And it's when we had like a player up front like Esposito, and I know I harp on him a lot, but he just was able just to give us something. And again, it's over the bar from Casale. Right. I'm taking play for set pieces off because he's not doing anything. We need to be doing stuff from open play against a team who are so low down. Oh my... This game is really testing my patience. You know when you have one of those sessions playing a game where it just tests you and it keeps testing you. This has been one of those sessions. I mean, it's going to be Boedo. Boedo's gone up to 2.5 star again, which is great. Let's see whether we can actually do something. So that's 2 injuries in this game that we've had. This is the game's way of telling me that I shouldn't be going past 5 seasons. That we've overstayed our welcome, really. I mean, trying to get Deportivo to a La Liga title I knew was going to be a challenge. And I think... Oh, that's good. I think I'd convinced myself after the first couple of seasons, even the first 3 seasons, it might not be as hard as I think. We've done so well. We did do so well in those first 3 seasons, even last season as well. I think I've convinced myself... it's a penalty, which is great, but we just can't do anything from open play properly at the moment. It's not going to be a penalty. He's going to look at the little TV. It's not going to get given. I'm calling it now. Oh, I'm getting cross. I'm getting cross at a video game. It's pathetic. It really is. But if you've played Football Manager, you know how it feels. Because the game just loves to just wind you up. And it really is winding me up at the moment. Right. Come on, Mr. Referee. Okay, he's given the penalty. Right, step 1, we've got the penalty. Step 2, we've got to score the penalty. It's going to be Furic to take it, I'm going to guess. He's been on the rotten bit of form as well. We all know what's going to happen here. We all know. Okay, he didn't. I was going to say he was going to miss. 1-1, stroke half time. Against a team it shouldn't be 1-1 against. We should be absolutely battering them. We're going attacking in the second half. We're just going to go for the jugular. We're just going to go for it. I'm happy that we've got an equaliser there, but I'm not going to say we're pleased. I'm going to say keep. I'm not going to say I'm pleased. I'm going to say keep going. Right, I'm going to tell him that we need to change it. In fact, no, I've ended up saying you're not good enough, which is technically also true. Miranda's been woeful, and apparently made a mistake as well. Vandenberg's really not been good. You two really haven't been playing well enough either. I'm going to tell you to change things for us. Gomez, I'm going to try and tell you to change things for us. I'm going to try and say the same thing to Navarro. Right, attacking. I want us to push on. I want us to attack. I want us to get to the point where they feel like they can't cope with us. Because at the moment, we feel like we can't cope with them. So, let's go with that. Let's try and fire the boys up. Let's just see whether we can keep pushing on and we can get a seconds. Because everything, match momentum, XG, it's all looking great. What I need to see it in a highlight that we're actually playing well. And then the highlight comes and it's them on possession. I'm not seeing us getting the ball and keeping the ball. Maybe, I'm starting to think whether the high pressing, passing quickly, maybe we get rid of that. Oh my God, I thought that was going to be 2 to them. Why can we not cope with a 17th place Alaves team who, because we're not playing well, if they score again, they'll be going up to 13th. Like, we're just struggling to cope with them. This is going to be a goal. Oh, it's not. Thank crumbs for that. Oh, Vandenberg is having a shocker. Miranda's having a shocker. Right, early substitutions. Vandenberg off. Herculano's been buggering me for a... That was the wrong phrase to use. He's been begging for a game. And he's going to get one. Right. Herculano, Ilic. Get out there. Play some football. Show why you should be in this team. That corner we don't even get to see. Mokoko's on a 6.3. I mean, we know who's going to be coming on. It's going to be Dolberg. This has just been, again, another, to look at, poor game. We're in control of the game, but we're just not threatening them. Right, Herculano goes back to Boedo. Boedo into the box. Furic is there. Trilli's there. And somehow we don't get a goal. Somehow we don't get it. Right, Mokoko's coming off. Dolberg on. I've used all my stoppages because I used 2 for 2 different injuries. And then the other changes weren't made at half time. Fine. Okay, Mokoko. You're going to have to prove yourself now. I'm going to berate him. I'm going to shout at him. You need to be doing better. I'm going to fire the boys up as best as I can. Right, we're pressing him well here. Let's try and get the ball off of them on this side. Oh my God. We were doing so badly. Then the Real Madrid game gave me hope. The Real Madrid game feels like a million years ago. Obviously, you didn't see that, but it was such a moment of relief to get a late winner against them. But again, at home... This is not a team we should be losing against. I don't care whether they're at home or not. I don't care. I can't berate them. Well, we've just lost this game. We're not going to get an equaliser. We're not going to get a winner. I mean, the match momentum's there, the XG's there, chances are there, possession's there, passes completed's there, everything's there, including corners. They've committed more fouls, and they've won the game. That sums up this period that we are in. And I am throwing a water bottle at the defence, thrashing my arms at the midfield, and doing that to the strikers. And I don't care whether they're disheartened. They've had enough time to know how unhappy I am. And you saw right there, we're out of the Champions League spots now. We're out of the Champions League spots. And now we've got to try and find a way to get some momentum so we can get back into there. And Jota's now out for 8 weeks. We're not going to be able to sell him now, probably. Because that's going to be most of the transfer window he's out for. I mean, 5 to 6 weeks you can probably get away with. And Firmino's out as well. For a long term. We knew they were both out, but oh, for Christ's sake. Right, well, that's all of the wingers we've got. So Furic goes back into the team by default. He actually played well last time. And Boedo, congratulations Boedo, you're now a first teamer, even though you didn't play well in that last game. But you're going to have to be a first teamer. Because right now, we don't have any other wingers. And Miranda's going to have to come out as well, because Ilic actually played well in that game. Vandenberg was awful, so Okoli can come in. Herculano, somehow, despite having a decent amount of the game, didn't get any sharpness in there. Well, he's going to play in the next game, so he'll get sharpness, whether he likes it or not. Oh, I cannot put into words just how frustrated I am with this team at the moment. The thing is, up until recently, we were the best goals scored. But look at the last few games. We've really, really struggled to put the ball in the back of the net. I don't know what it is. Again, training. We're training. Like, where's the... There it is. We are training chance conversion every game. We're training chance conversion. Maybe we need to start training chance creation a little bit more. That might be the thing to do. It's the only other thing I can think that I can actually affect. So maybe we put this in here and start creating the chances. But you saw in that game, it wasn't about the creating the chances. We were creating the chances. That wasn't the problem. That wasn't the problem, but we didn't see anything happen. We just need to see us get in the games by the scruff of the neck, and at the moment we're not. So I need to go away and try and have a think about what we can do. And we need to hope we can try and get Jota fit to sell him, and then try and sell Casale. I'm even open to selling anyone else in the squad, as long as we get a decent fee, and I can replace them with a better player. Because at the moment, the core of this team, it's just not doing the job. And you can see there's a lot of unhappiness in the squad. There's some happy players, but there's some really unhappy players as well. And I'm unhappy too. This team needs to sort itself out. I need to sort this team out. I need to work out why it's not working. I need to work out why we're conceding so many early goals. And we need to get to the bottom of it now. And I need to lie down because I'm tired. Anyway... Rant over. Shall we focus on when we're going to be back, and we'll have a look and see what we're going to try and do to sort this mess out, and when we'll hopefully have sorted it out by. So, I don't think we'll come back until the end of January, and then we'll see whether we've done anything with the squad. And we'll come back for this Astana game, and we'll see whether it actually is going to be something that we need to worry about. So we'll come back for Astana and also Espanyol, and we'll hope that we can sort whatever this mess is out, because at the moment... we're just not doing the job right. We're just not. And we'll sort this crisis of injuries out, because at the moment, including orange injuries, we've got 7 injuries at the moment. 4 of them, the first team players as well. Never rains, but it pours. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed me getting really stroppy at a video game, don't forget to leave a big like on there for me. And do not forget to subscribe as well, because, my God, I need some cheering up. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next video, where hopefully things go a little bit better. Cheers.